Hey.
Hello, everybody. I'm
Yo.
Chris, Xard22, my brother Alan with me.
Yep.
Just got done watching the Warcraft movie, and you know what? Said fuck it, let's talk about this thing. And I figured, fuck it, let's play some Warcraft while we're doing it.
Aw. Strength.
And honor.
Okay, basic primer. I like the movie.
Low-tide.
Is it perfect? Hell the fuck no, but you know, nothing is nowadays. Okay, hold on, turn my volume down because I'm hearing too much of this. This point is need to talk about this shit. Alright. Suppose we just go with the basics. If you like Warcraft, you probably like the movie. If you don't, admittedly, it is a bit much, because I've been reading reviews, and after watching it, yeah, it kind of throws you in with little to no explanation or warning as to what the fuck you're about to get into. You know, shit just kind of happens, and, you know, you're suddenly presented with all these characters, all the characters with these odd names, motherfucker. And so on and so forth. Go through general roll call. Actually, quite pleasant. There's a lot of recognizable faces. Oh, fuck yeah. God, I have not played Warcraft in a while. Look at all these dead boars. Auto loot.
Auto loot.
Right now, I guess going into spoilers, let's go over just general impressions. I mean, I don't know, Alan, what'd you think?
Overall, it was a good movie. It was enjoyable. I agree with you that there are some points of lore that you could take issue with.
Yeah, I mean, some things were changed just because there was no way around it. Other things were changed for... Other things like, this just seemed to be a little too early for that.
Yeah. By the way, warning, spoilers.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in a minute, right? Just start with, like, so, like, let's go over things like, okay, you know, it's story of Warcraft 1, so old stuff. So, you know, we have all the regular players. You have King Lane, Khadgar, Lothar, Garona shows up. Durotan and Draka are obviously there, but they also technically didn't exist back in the days of Warcraft 1, so they're part of anything that's going to cause like the movie to be, you know, different or odd.
Yeah.
Where'd that
Look
pig
at the
go?
little piggy go.
Yeah. Let's see. The effects are actually pretty good. I love the way the orcs look in the movie. It's amazing. Screw it. Let's just go ahead and just jump right into spoilers. Just starting at the earliest point. Not really necessarily a complaint, just something I found odd. Alright, toward the beginning of the movie, we have the orcs as they're getting ready to cross the Dark Portal into Azeroth. And, oh, I already killed all the pigs I need to kill. Thing with that, though, is that, well, you know, when they cross over, they're not crossing through... Well, they cross through the Dark Portal on Draenor's side, but on the other side, they're coming through, I guess, like a pond or a lake or something.
Yeah.
It's an odd difference, but not necessarily one I complain. I'm gonna complain about because, well, in all honesty, I've always kind of sat back and wondered where the fuck did the Azeroth side of the Dark Portal come from? We know the orcs built their half. Was the Azeroth side just magicked the fuck up? I don't know. So, not a bad thing. Obviously, we're focusing on Durotan at this point, and Draka goes through while pregnant with child. I'm guessing the weird magics fucked things up.
And induced labor.
Yeah, and
technically a miscarriage.
yeah, and technically speaking, she gives birth. Their child is dead upon birth. In effect, in the rushed manner they go about it, Gul'dan of all people is handling the birth in the minimalistic fashion he does.
Yeah.
And is kind of godfathers the child as, well, you know, dead baby, so sucks the soul out of a deer that's unfortunately standing nearby and literally breathes life into the child.
You know, I'd like to stop here for a second to just bring up what occurred to me. That deer was just standing there.
Yeah.
It was just standing there. You've got weird people things coming out of the water, making a lot of noise. And the deer was just standing there.
Yeah.
Deers don't do that.
Well, it's convenient plot deer, Alan.
I know. Continue.
Yeah. Well, you want to talk about the deer? Let's talk about the deer. It's the middle of nowhere. the lore whore in me for a call. That's the Black Morass, which is nowadays known as the Blasted Lands.
Yeah.
That's pretty far from any noteworthy human settlement, so that deer might just not know how to react to that shit.
I don't know.
I agree to some degree. It should have been skittish, shitting itself, and running like hell. But
yeah. I mean, if it had bolted a distance and then stopped to look, that'd be one thing. But it was standing within, at best, 30 feet.
Oh yeah. I can go check the. I'll go check the range and drain life later. But yeah.
Yeah.
or actually, no. Sorry, that was Soul Steel. My bad. Anyways, so Gul'dan. So now we have Gul'dan is literally responsible for the fact that Thrall is alive. Now
breathes life into him and turns him green at the same time.
Yeah, and greened him up a little bit because I'm guessing the reason I'm not going to complain about that is just because we have Thrall and Draka, which are being presented as. Sorry, you're right, Duratan and Draka.
Yeah.
And they're being presented as as the uncorrupted brown orcs, and which there's still a lot of in this movie to the point where I'm actually kind of going, that's odd. Shouldn't like 90% of them be green by now? Mm-hmm. So the fact that they were never green. Now officially by this movie's standard, how to end up with green baby child? Because I know a couple of the books I read, if I recall, even orcs that are just nearby Fel Magic were starting to turn green. So by having I guess Gul'dan breathe some magic by the virtue of breathe some life to the child by magic. We green him up in the words. We can later have our green Jesus.
Yeah.
One of the common complaints I've read in reviews is that the human characters are kind of flat and uninteresting.
For the Horde.
I don't know, Alan. What's your opinion on that? Do you agree with that or disagree?
I wouldn't say they're flat and uninteresting. But compared to the orcs, the notable orc characters, they're not quite as dynamic and interesting.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Because we have Khadgar, Lothar, King Lane is basically a piece of wood, far as I'm concerned. He is literally the most detached and uninteresting. He seems completely uninterested in everything going on at all times.
But yet, in a strange way, it seems oddly appropriate for a king.
It'd be appropriate if they weren't trying to put him on the fucking battlefield toward the end of the damn thing.
True.
He's... I get the feeling that actor is I'm only here for one movie, who gives a shit? They'll forget about me when they get around to a sequel eventually. So, Khadgar is, I think, more or less appropriately portrayed. I mean, he's a little annoying. He's a little full of himself. Once again, slight lore differences. He's not like Medivh's apprentice. He's just kind of there. Apparently, he was supposedly a guardian in training, which I'm not entirely sure what the fuck that's supposed to mean. So, the guardian is basically a role of infinite, of ridiculous power that's what you pass down. And
yeah,
I mean, I guess it's somewhat there, considering him being Medivh's apprentice at some point. But my God, these guys are. There's nothing in this zone that's trying to kill me. Anyways, so there's that. And, after apparently the orcs attacked or something, Khadgar was found poking around the garrison, in the garrison's barracks, and, was quickly snatched up and thrown in jail for, being the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah,
I don't know. Wearing blue after the winter season, I guess.
No, he's probably arrested for fondling corpses.
Yeah, that too. Actually, speaking of which, the movie opens with quite a little treat that I was not expecting. Because small thing here, people, I work at a movie theater. So I've been hanging around a theater all weekend, looking at with this movie just going on in the back, trying my best not to ruin it for myself.
Yeah, easier said than done.
So, and I had seen the very beginning and the very end of the movie already, but right after the initial opening with the orcs crossing over the dark portal, you get treated to a beautiful shot of Ironforge, which is just nice. I was not expecting that at all. Actually got to see some dwarves and humans in this movie, which, arguably, we probably shouldn't. At least not much of, anyway.
Yeah.
Where the fuck? There he is.
What do you need? Go forth to victory.
I'm actually going to say this. I don't think the dwarves look as good as they could.
Yeah.
They seem a little too, I don't know, fat-faced.
very kind of like, I'm not. Part of me wants to say waxy kind of look to them.
Brawlhall.
It's obvious where all the budget went.
Yeah.
The budget went to the orcs.
Oh yeah, definitely, because they actually look pretty damn natural.
Oh yeah, I mean, so there's that.
Yeah, I will admit, as you bring up that the other non-human races that pop up, they do seem a bit like
Rushed.
yeah, rushed, like they were an afterthought, like during production, like, oh right, the scene's got elves, we need elves. Slap some makeup and some pointy ears on fuckers.
Yeah, basically, you know, it's pretty slapdash together and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully
fuck's a
they'll
Tauren
rectify
druid
that in
doing
the
here?
next movie.
Sorry, getting distracted by the game. So, I'm actually going over characters. You know, when we get presented with Medivh, I'm rather actually happy overall with the actor and the portrayal. He's detached, mildly, obviously not quite all there. He seems to give a shit, but there's things we just don't know. He's odd, and that's how Medivh should be.
You know what's funny?
Huh?
Well, the way the actor looks and the way he portrayed the character, kind of reminds me of a guy I used to know.
Okay. Small complaint once again. Lore horror in me. Medivh's I'm guessing butler or manservant. Morose is not wearing blinders. It's a dumb thing. If you've read the books, Morose is supposed to wear blinders because of all the weird shit that goes around the Tower of Karazhan. And I think as he explains to Khadgar in the book Last Guardian, you know, it's just like it just helps him to not pay attention to the shit going on in his periphery. Just because the shit's distracting, you know, you just see ghosts and crap and weird stuff floating around the castle. He's like, I'm just not going to deal with it.
There's shit going on that, in all honesty, he really doesn't need to see.
Yeah. It's a small complaint, but yeah, no, it's mine, bitch. But you know, I'll be honest. I am going to nitpick this movie to death because I've been playing these games literally since Warcraft 2, and I love this setting. Like beyond words, I love this setting. Like this movie, I've spent the entirety of this weekend kind of going, please God, don't suck. Please God, don't suck. Please God, don't suck. I'm not even sure at the end of this how much intelligible this will be. Probably been better if I could record myself as I really walked out the movie and we were talking about it, because it's been 20 minutes and I already feel like I've lost a lot of thought on this. God, where's a fucking peon to smack?
One of your favorite things to do.
I named a guild after it. So we're treated to that. We finally actually get to see a battle between the orcs and humans. It is about as one-sided as one-sided can fucking get, until it's on the other side. Because you know they go out to try to look for the beasts that have been killing their men and raiding their garrisons and shit. Orcs set an ambush and go and fuck everything up.
Yeah.
They are. It is a right fucking slaughter right out the gate. Like it is just. It's not even funny how much of an ass kicking the humans get. But God, it's entertaining as a Horde fan.
Yeah.
Just seems like there we go. That's how it should be. Orcs just, especially like at this early point, orcs just fucking throwing fuckers all over the place.
Yeah, because it's like.
I
mean, these orcs they are big.
Yeah. You know, it's they are appropriately they're sized appropriately to lore. Huh? That's a blood elf. Yeah. No, that's an orc chick.
Gotta be a female.
Yeah. It is all the fucking heirlooms made her look like an elf.
I thought I saw ears.
Yeah. So I thought I saw it too. Okay.
Because I know there's a Tauren running around this area, and it's technically not the Tauren starting area.
Yeah. I know I saw something else also. So, wait, what am I doing? Oh, right. Still talking to people.
Yeah.
Strength and honor. May your blades never dull.
You know, there's a lot of little, like I said, there's a lot of little things. Like, we find out from Khadgar early on that Dalaran apparently is already the floating city, which it
should not be happening right now.
Yeah. You know, Dalaran is supposed to be a ground-based city until it's destroyed during the Third War. They rebuild it, they transport it, and they rebuild it, and then they transport the whole thing to the skies above Northrend. because I'm a nerd and I obsess over dumb shit like that. There are guns already, which is something that's just kind of odd. I mean,
yeah, so it was something that in that initial scene in not Storm, but in Ironforge, they introduce you to.
Yeah, the initial scene in Ironforge, you have a dwarf talking with Lothar, and he shows him a boomstick, which I'm going, all right, part of me's kind of going, all right, that's a bit early for that, but initially I was going, all right, cool, they're just showing that, hey, guns exist. Until we get to like a battle toward the end of the movie where they have lots. The humans of Stormwind, no dwarves to be seen, have somehow got a lot of these guns.
Yeah, metric fuck ton.
I mean, sure, they're basically just like flintlock pistols, well, large ones at that. But it's still just a case of that. They shouldn't have those yet. Once again, lore horror. I'm pretty sure guns weren't properly invented. At least small person portable weapon guns weren't invented in Warcraft till between the Second and Third Wars.
Yeah.
During that nice 20-year stretch of time. This whole thing's gonna be just bitching about tiny, small, insignificant things about this movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
But sleeping peon. Damn it!
And I'm still waiting for us to get to the big bitch.
Which one's that?
That a certain the end result of a certain city.
Oh yeah. Okay, go and just get this the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Stormwind is not sacked at the end of this thing.
Yeah.
I ever since I heard this movie going, okay, they're doing the first war. All right, I know the sense. This movie's gonna be all fucking Empire Strikes Back. Stormwind's on fire. Everyone's fleeing across. Everything goes wrong at the end of the movie. That does not happen.
Me not that kind of orc. I can do that.
Biggest departure from lore by far is the end of the movie ends with Stormwind still intact. King Lane's already dead. Technically speaking, as I can tell, by all accounts, if we're apply the normal lore to it, the first war actually hasn't even been concluded yet.
Yeah.
We have the Alliance. The Alliance has been formed. And as I can't overstate this, Stormwind is not been sacked.
Yeah, it's still intact. It has not been burnt to the ground.
It
was the peon was this. Oh, he just lay down. Get him.
Dibs.
Okie dokie.
That's right. You will get back to work, movie talk. Wait. Are you going to sleep? So yeah, that's honestly, most of my complaints with the movie happened in, I'd say, the last 20 to 30 minutes. Fucker.
How dare you be diligent?
Because, all the stuff leading up to, the action scenes are good. They're very entertaining.
Okay.
God damn it. Brain won't work. Alan, fill in for me here. Say something.
Well, since being juvenile, I saw elf titties, but
Okay, yeah, there's that.
yeah,
Yeah, all right, yeah, thank you. All right, we can go back to that.
Yeah.
We have a scene early on. Well, not early on, but about midway through.
Yeah, midway.
After the orcs have been revealed, where we have a council. We basically, King Lane pulls together all the other lords and whatnot of the other kingdoms, including some elves and some dwarves. Are basically kind of going, hey, look, we got a problem. We need fucking help. Help us. And I'd say very appropriately for lore, basically everyone goes, fuck you, your problem.
Yeah.
And that's that. Now, the fact is, the end of the movie, we have King Lane dead, and apparently that galvanizes everybody to form the Alliance. At least it seems to be implied so.
Yeah, because that was Lothar's real rallying cry before the credits was
for the Alliance. But as stated, that the Alliance shouldn't exist yet. The thing that's supposed to galvanize the Alliance into formation is the sacking of Stormwind. When the entirety of Kingdom of Stormwind comes across the fucking sea to Lordaeron, and then they're faced with an entire kingdom worth of refugees going, holy shit, there's monsters coming. That's what gets Tyrannus, with Lothar's help, to kick everybody his ass into gear and form the Alliance.
Yeah.
I think specifically, technically, they come up with some bullshit about Lothar being descended from the Azotha, which are the original tribe of humans that broke off and formed all the fucking kingdoms. Or was it the Arathor? I can't remember. I think
the Arathor.
Yeah, Arathor, yeah. Either way. And basically, they use that as a way to kind of go, well, like, no, we're not forming a big alliance and army under me, King Tyrannus. No, it's under him, who is the rightful heir to, like, everything human. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Well, that's... all the people are like, we don't like you, Tyrannus. They're like, oh, some other guy that's not King Tyrannus? Yeah, we're perfectly fucking cool with this. But that didn't happen. We have King Lane dead, still, quote-unquote, assassinated by Garona, although not really. Like, alright, the final battle of this movie is centered around trying to stop the Dark Portal from being opened proper so that all the orcs can come through from Draenor.
Once again, yet another thing that technically didn't happen.
Yeah, this battle did not occur. But as previously, as far as I could tell, the other basically because they came through the lake, they built the Dark Portal on the Azeroth side, and as far as I could tell, in the games and the pre-existing lore, the portal was just there. I'm guessing. Spoiler alert: Medivh opened the fucking portal. I'm guessing. I've always gone with okay. I guess Medivh just bibbity bobbity booped the fucking portal there.
Yeah.
Kind of like apparently, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing similar to how far as I could tell, going with game and comic book lore that pre-exists. I'm assuming Medivh apparently bibbity bobbity booped a baby into Garona because I have no idea how the hell those two got together and fucked.
Yeah.
But that's assuming anyone that's even listening to this knows who the fuck Medan is and that whole clusterfuck.
Yeah.
So, we have a thing. Khadgar finds out that Medivh is corrupted. Brings up something, I think it's like iodine or something like that. I don't know. It's some weird thing. It's an A word. It's not Aegwynn, which is what made sense to me. He goes back to the Kirin Tor. He brings up that word. They show him this weird, spooky smoke cube. And actually, very humorously, they're talking. They're talking about it. It's like you bring up like the head wizard fuck, who I don't think we ever got a name for, and I can't identify anything off him to tell me who he was supposed to be.
Yeah, the Archmage.
Yeah. They're talking about it, it's like, the fact that you brought up this word, and the Dark Portal in the same sentence, and the fucking cube just, like, stops, like, slowly rotating, and then just opens a doorway, and, like, Conker's like, should I go in? The guy's like, I don't fucking know, I've never seen it do this.
Yeah, he quietly just like, even with his glowing blue eyes, he's just like, I have no idea. This is new to me.
Yeah, it's very much the Star-Lord Ronan scene at the end of fucking Guardians of the Galaxy of just... all this grandioseness is just dropped of just... I don't know. Which I'm sure some people, probably critics, would probably see as bad acting, but also going, okay, if you think about it, if you're an all-powerful wizard, something you've had in your back closet for the past, I don't know, fucking 100 years, just did something different. I'm pretty sure you'd just be like, okay, cool, whatever, and just be fucking bewildered. Isn't there a dude to kill around here? Sorry.
I think he's in the central area.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, there he is. So there's that, and then he goes into the cube, this little magic smoke cube. God, you're still not red. God, what have they done to this game? Please, God, let Legacy servers come back. Legacy servers come back. I'll tell you people right now. I will fucking be doing I'll be doing a fucking playthrough these as I bust my ass to get back to 60, and I relive the good old days. But that's off topic. But inside the smoke cube, there's an old woman, I think being played by Glenn Close, of all people. And, this very easily, in any capacity, could have been Aegwynn. Old woman, powerful, apparently the precursor to the Guardian of and however the fuck that's supposed to work. Like, I get the feeling this was initially written in every way, shape, and form to be Aegwynn, but they decided at the last second to change it because they just don't need another weird name and person to try to explain in this movie.
Yeah.
Because at that point, you'd be bringing in, just going, okay, this is Medivh's mother. That brings in trying to explain Sargeras, which I think is something that's, if it's present, they just decided to gloss the fuck over because who cares? We do not need to get into the cosmology and weird fucking back history of this setting with demons and demonic corruption and Medivh being all fucking corrupted by the great demon lord of the Burning Legion before he was even fucking born.
Yeah. It's
kind of there in a thing, although Medivh's kind of going evil. Oh, sorry, I just smacked my mic. They more explain off as him being corrupted by the fell energies that he's been trying to combat that Gul'dan has been throwing all over the place. And let's take a moment here and let's talk about Gul'dan. Okay. Gul'dan is arguably the big bad guy of this movie. Yeah. No, he does not get killed in the end. They're saving that for the sequel, I'm assuming, because, he's got to get his ass torn apart by demons when going to the Tomb of Sargeras.
Yeah, if they do it right.
If they do it right.
Most likely, they'll probably end up having sort of a massive wizard battle between him and Khadgar.
Yeah, that'd be appropriate for movies. But anyways, okay, we have Gul'dan. Now, Gul'dan is a near constant presence on the orc side of things. He is spooky, he is evil, and it is wonderful. He has this constant kind of thing of just like, don't fucking care. I am the evil mastermind badass here. I'm in control. Fuck all of you.
Yeah.
Strength.
He's got everything well. He seems to have everything well in hand through basically fear and intimidation tactics, and basically kind of going, "Hi, I'm Gul'dan. I am the master of all things, and if you don't fucking like it, too fucking bad, you're going to die." Just sucking souls out of things left and right, and being just a general colossal cockwaffle.
Yeah.
Now a common trait, I think if you're playing Warcraft nowadays, I think like the Gul'dan's model has like these fucking like bone, like these bone horns and whatnot across his back, and he has like lots of little weird bone protrusions around him. Apparently these are all growing out of him, which is not something that we clued in on until the end of the movie.
Yeah, we noticed the little bone spurs, growing out of the backs of his arms, and we saw what we obviously initially thought was just a big skeletal mantle on his back, because there's quite a few other orcs that have that kind of ornamentation.
Yeah, I mean, Blackhand in particular seems to be wearing a couple small dragon spines,
complete with skulls on his shoulders.
Yeah, which is honestly really fucking cool looking.
Yeah, I admit that. But Blackhand had a bitchy look going on there.
Yeah, it just took me a while to realize that was Blackhand.
Yeah.
But toward the end of the movie, we have a fight between Durotan and Gul'dan, and Gul'dan drops the cloak, and like if you've ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, King Boomy. It's like, all hunched over, not very threatening. Nah, straightens the fuck up. You find out that those big spikes that you thought were part of a mantle are actually coming out of his back.
Yeah.
And he just kind of straightens the fuck up, and him and Durotan have a fight. And not gonna lie, he kind of, even before he starts cheating and using magic, it was a pretty even fight. So apparently he's strong enough to beat the shit out of Durotan. Guessing, the demonic magic demonic magic in general just empowered him despite making him look frail.
Yeah. Then again, the whole frailty thing, maybe one of his many acts of deceptions to keep people guessing about his ass.
Yeah, maybe. Well, if this was old Gul'dan from back in the old games, I'd agree with that. Current Gul'dan, which is apparently always monstrous evil badass in control, I don't think so.
Yeah. Maybe he just thinks he's fooling everybody and he...
Yeah, maybe. He seems to be full of himself enough. I also want to save a small, stupid, small dead child out after it's been born. In front, except for the fact of, hey, cool, I could do this, and now everyone's going to be like, yeah, cool, we'll follow Gul'dan. He just saved a kid.
You seek me help?
But we have that. Honestly, a lot of the major lore changes are involving Durotan and Draka, which I've already stated. As far as I can tell, until after Warcraft 2, technically were never invented for lore purposes. Like, obviously they exist in the world because of now, but they were retroactively added because they were created as part of
backstory for Thrall.
Yeah, backstory for Thrall. So, they're where most of the big changes come from. Durotan in particular, because he's arguably one of the two main leads of the movie. Like, I'd say him, Khadgar, and Lothar are the three main characters. Well, Garona too. So,
yeah.
If you're focusing on orc side of stuff, you're dealing with the Durotan. If you're focusing on the other half of the stuff, you're dealing with the other three. So, I'm going to stand here for a second so I can gather my thoughts. So, that's the thing. Small changes in characters. I actually start going over some of this. I meant to do this earlier, but it's easier just to go over it as we're going. Okay. Durotan is present. Step one. That's a change compared to the lore of the first war originally.
Yeah.
We do have Orgrim Doomhammer, who is not a Blackrock orc, but apparently a Frostwolf. Which is a change I see I could see the reason for it to a degree, because with the way... It's an easier way to try to explain that he's a Blackrock orc and he's still friends with Durotan, than just to make him a Frost Wolf to explain, okay, cool, that's why they're buddies.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Crawler mucus. If you know where to look for, especially for like orc characters, you will see a lot of chieftain in the background. Like Grom Grom Hellscream is everywhere.
Yeah,
Like-
he's constantly lurking. He's constantly photobombing.
Yeah, he's just lurking in the back because there's a couple times like, is that him? Then you'll see Gorehowl and go, oh yeah, that is definitely him. You know, and there's a lot of that. Just okay, cool. There he is. He's doing his thing, and you know, I think as weird as it is, my favorite thing, one of my favorite things of the movie was just a single shot at one point. I think when Blackhand was being a bit of a dick, and you have Durotan, fucking Orgrim Doomhammer, and Grom all standing in the same shot.
Yeah.
And well, you know, they never introduce Grom. He's just there. Like it is for all intents and purposes, might as well just be called a cameo because he's there if you're a fan and you can recognize him. But I just see those three and I'm just like, there they are. There are the three amigos. There's the three dumb shits. Whenever there's a problem, why is it always you three? You know.
Unfortunately, one of the problems is that Grom's not supposed to be there at all.
Yeah, because technically speaking, once again, I'm gonna go lore whore here.
Yep.
All right.
Horror
Grom doesn't actually cross the dark portal for the first war or even the second war. He remains back on Draenor, much to his annoyance. He doesn't cross onto Azeroth until Draenor's exploding, and that's just a case of they're all going, "Oh shit, we gotta go." Hell, I think we saw Kargath Bladefist during the last one of the last scenes of the movie. Mm-hmm. Mainly just because we saw Nathan Explosion looking motherfucker, you know, big pale orc with long black hair.
Yeah.
So we're pretty sure that because that matches the current design for. I'm just running around aimlessly at this point for Kargath. I think I might even saw Kilrog Deadeye a couple times.
Yeah, pretty. I get the feeling I spotted his ass too.
You know, so crawler. So you know. The characters are there. There's a lot. There's a lot in this movie. If you're a fan of the games and you just want to play, Where's Waldo of who the fuck can I spot here? And admittedly, it's a lot easier with the orcs because they're all very distinctive. Unfortunately, all the humans, all humans look alike. There, I'm racist. I don't care. You know.
Yeah. Until they're introduced, you kind of only guess at who the hell they are.
Yeah. You know. Like hell, I know one thing they introduced apparently was the fuck is it? Lothar had a son. Now, I'm not entirely up on this. I'm pretty sure Lothar didn't have a son originally in lore, but they added one for this movie if he didn't exist. If he did exist, I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, just that Black Hand can kill him.
Yeah,
and Lothar can get revenge.
Yeah,
once again, two more things that did not freaking happen.
Yeah, because that's the thing. We have during one of the battles when basically Durotan's trying to talk with the humans about forming an alliance with them so they can take out Gul'dan. Because Gul'dan's an asshole. You know, we have this scene with basically the orcs find out about it and they ambush everybody, which is what gets the Frost Wolves in fucking hot water. And Medivh creates this like lightning wall to block off the orcs, but Lothar's son, who I have no idea what the fuck this kid's even name is, which shows you how important he is.
Yeah.
I know they give a name, but I don't care. They've given me no reason to care. Earlier, he had told Lothar to hang around the king to make sure the king didn't die. And, Lothar, after being told this by his son, just kind of stands around doing jack all for all of, 10 minutes until Medivh puts the lightning wall down. And he's like, woo, good job, Medivh, until he sees his son's trapped on the other side.
With the rest of the fucking orcs.
Yeah. Now, I'll say, quite effectively, they show they make a point of trying to show him trying to get to his son and yelling for Medivh to put the wall down so his son can escape. But at the point when his son is officially killed by fucking Blackhand, who then just throws the corpse at the wall, so it just basically slaps the glass wall right in front of Khadgar, damn it, Lothar. Slaps this quote unquote glass wall right in front of Lothar. Well, at that point, he just stands there staring blankly like he has no idea what the fuck just happened. I could see possibly some argument that shock of holy shit, my son's dead. But there's also a case of this is a movie.
Emote.
Do something.
Yeah.
So, like, at the end of it, I'm like, okay, Lothar just lost a son. This is important. How? Unfortunately, it even gives a better impression after the fact that it seems to me like Lothar never liked the kid to start with.
Yeah, because afterwards, Gorono goes looking for Lothar, who's apparently got he's sitting alone. He's alone in a tavern, and we're talking completely alone. There's like nobody else there, not even a freaking barkeep.
Not sure if it's a tavern or not, but he's alone drinking anyway.
Yeah, somewhere it is. It looked like an inn or something to me, but
yeah,
like one of the in-game inns. But it's like she finds him, and he just starts talking about the kid and mentions that his mother died in childbirth, and that he's always blamed him for it. Now Gorono afraid that because she pushed for the to actually have the meeting with Duratan, that it's her that
Lothar would blame her.
Yeah.
For his son's death.
Yeah, which he says that he's not going to blame her, and then they kind of have a semi-tender moment. It's like,
which makes no sense to me, but yeah.
Yeah, the movie trying to kind of force a romance between Lothar and Gorono.
Oh, there's one thing I've noticed about Warcraft lore: they're trying to force romances between Gorono and fucking everybody.
True.
Oh wait, shit! I killed it before casting Venom.
She, in some ways, she is the whore of the lore.
I was like, I'm still trying to figure out. It's like, okay, cool, her and Medivh had a kid. Her and Medivh had a kid. I am still after a couple years trying to figure out how. Like, I'll be honest. If there's any hookup with Gorono, I could actually believe it'd be her and Khadgard. Even then, that's very limited.
Yeah. Real quick on Gorono. Now, I know originally she was supposed to have been half human.
Yes.
Then at one point, it got retconned that she was half Draenei.
Yes.
Now, in the movie, they do mention that she's a half-breed, but they never specify what she's a half-breed of.
Yeah, and they mentioned that. And the closest we get is that her mother was killed for giving birth to her.
Yeah.
They're out, and obviously the fact that we do see Draenei in the movie at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So
right before all their souls are sucked out to open up the dark portal. Yeah.
So it seems obvious to me that she is half Draenei. That's keeping with the current story for her.
Even though her physical appearance has absolutely
nothing in common with a Draenei.
No Draenei traits whatsoever. She still looks like she's half human.
Well, let's be honest, okay? Basically, she of all the orc characters, she has the she has the lightest prosthetics and CG enhancement of all of them.
Yeah.
Basically, they painted her green, stuck some cute little tusks in her mouth, and went, okay, cool, we're good.
Those are some cute tusks.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, going to go on about... Sorry. Neat. Okay.
Mummified orc. All right, then.
Actually, no, it's a troll.
Sure.
Tell by the tusks.
Ah, right. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Although... Are those supposed to be his nostrils or eye hole? Those look like... What the I guess the tusks fell out and they just decided to tape them to the ears.
I guess so. That's kind of what maybe think orc, because I saw more of the skull than anything else.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that.
I thought the tusks were just part of a horned helm.
Yeah. Never noticed that before. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay. What was I saying?
Been playing this game for over 10 years, and we still occasionally find something new.
Yeah. Okay. So. Duratan tries to set up an alliance with the humans, gets fucking that all fucked up because they were ambushed by the horde. Humans ran off. Lothar's son died. Weird thing.
And technically got kind of sold out by Ogrim.
Yeah. That. Thank you for reminding me of that. Okay, Ogrim, who's supposed to be fucking Duratan's best fucking bud, the guy that literally never fucking betrays him. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little like, motherfuck, really? Because, he brings up the fact that make sure we sure our scouts or whatever or sentries make sure there's no ambushes right when King Lane arrives to this little summit. And Durotan's like, we got it covered, we're keeping eyes. He's like, well, I'm going to go check on it, and Ogrim walks off. And at the end of it, the whole battle, we get to see him with fucking Blackhand implying that, okay, cool, he fucking told Blackhand what happened, which explains how all this shit happened. Now, in one way, I'm like, all right, that's cool, because technically speaking, Ogrim's supposed to be Blackhand's right-hand guy.
Yeah.
Or I guess left hand in this case. But there's also the part of me going, he actively betrayed Durotan. Now, if Ogrim had been a Blackrock, first thing, because Ogrim's supposed to be very big on his honor and shit.
Mm-hmm.
If he had been a Blackrock, him betraying his best friend, who was a chieftain of the Frostwolves, to the chieftain of his clan would make some sense. But, being as they made him a Frostwolf for, I'm assuming, simplicity's sake, this just makes this whole thing seem more backhanded than it probably should have been.
Yeah.
So, now after that, he has a little meeting with Gul'dan. Gul'dan's basically going, fuck Durotan, Frostwolves need a new leader, you're gonna be it, and I'm gonna green you up. And he's like, no, wait, green me up in front of everybody, so that they could see how being greened up is awesome. I've just turned greened into a verb like 6 times, and I'm not going to stop. But Gul'dan's like, maybe. And I guess Gul'dan comes to the decision that, nah, fuck it, we're just going to kill all the Frostwolves. So the next shot we have is basically, I guess, the Frostwolf camp, and orcs running through, setting fire to all the tents, and killing anybody that's basically. I think one of the lines that comes through is kill the strong on capture the weak.
Yeah.
Probably because they need them for souls to open the Dark Portal proper and for goods, and so on and so forth. And as much as I'm feeling this whole thing was just makes no sense in how we got here to start with, seeing Doomhammer some motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like seeing him take that hammer.
We are going to use Doomhammer as a verb quite frequently.
Yeah, Doomhammering is a verb. If you've read the books or whatnot, Doomhammering is a verb. It's specifically when someone takes the Doomhammer and just goes an overhead strike and makes it to where someone's head ceases to be.
It just collapses into that chest.
Yeah. At least that's what we refer to as a Doomhammering. When you take a fucker's head with that motherfucker, you got Doomhammered. But nonetheless, seeing Doomhammer just fuck some people up, one of the things he does, God, I loved it, was he hit an orc in the fucking gut with it, lifted him up on the hammer, and then fucking headbutted him.
Oh, yeah.
I love the fighting, the way the orcs fight this movie, because it's just so... It's beautiful how fucking brutal it can be. It's a bit over the top and stupid, but goddammit, this is Warcraft. Warcraft is over the top and stupid. But he wanders through these orcs, through the greened up orcs that are attacking the Frostwolves, smacks the shit out of a couple of them and kills them, and then he fucking goes into Durotan's tent. Durotan, I think at this point, is technically in a cage somewhere in prison.
He's under arrest.
Yeah. But he goes in the tent to talk to Draka, his mate. She, of course, immediately fucking pulls a knife, stands between him and him and baby Thrall, and goes, "Fuck you, you're gonna die." He goes to try to make some peace. Basically tells her, look, just go, take the child and run. I'll hold shit off as long as I can. Did she hit him? I can't remember.
She put the knife to his neck, and when he said, "Look, just go. I'll cover your escape." I think she gave
him like a little nick with the knife as she pulled it down.
Yeah. Gave him a little face cut. The face cut to kind of point across of
fuck you.
You fuck with me, and I'll shove this in your crotch.
Yeah, and then she cuts a hole in the thing and runs off. A little later, we have Doomhammer letting Durotan loose when he's realized that I fucked up. I should have listened to you. And appropriately, Durotan just fucking, after he gets, opens the cage and
takes off the shackles.
Yeah, takes off the shackles. Durotan just straight up slugs that motherfucker in his chest.
Yeah.
And Doomhammer's credit, he doesn't argue the point. He knows damn well he deserved that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, don't kill it. So, that happens. And Durotan then decides the only way we're going to do this, because originally the plan was with the humans was that the humans attack the Dark Portal to free their people and to throw some chaos, and Durotan would take the Frostwolves and take out fucking Gul'dan. Well, Frostwolves are now dead or imprisoned. Humans might not fall through the plan now because they feel that the whole thing might have been a setup. And basically the entire plan has gone tits up.
Yeah, complete shit.
So Durotan decides the only way to do this is to challenge Gul'dan to a Muk'gara, which is basically a one-on-one honor duel. Standard shit you see in any kind of, warrior society in fantasy or sci-fi.
Yeah. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Thunderdome. And initially, Gul'dan's like, fine, fuck it, let's do it. Blackhand's like, do you really need to do this? Like, don't you need to be ready for the incantation to open the fucking Dark Portal? Because Medivh's evil and gonna apparently helping him do that. And he's like, nah, it's fine. I can have this done by then. And they start doing the fight. I actually recall specifically, Gul'dan chastises Blackhand. He's like, what? I thought you were always up for doing things the traditional way. But they go into it. That's when the whole thing with Gul'dan drops his robes. You see he's apparently all boned the fuck up. He stands up and then starts having a fucking fist fight with Durotan, and it's honestly a pretty good fight to watch. After a bit, you see him like use a little bit of soul stealing magic because he's a dick. And then apparently he hears, I'm guessing psychically, fucking Medivh doing his chants as he's slowly turning into Sargeras, or demon anyway. I'm not even gonna bother. Anyways, and at that point, he basically goes, "All right, that's it. I don't have time for this shit." He looks at Blackhand and goes, "Fucking finish this. I have work to do." Now, at that moment, Blackhand and everybody, Orgrim's standing around watching, and they just kind of go, "Nah, you started this shit. You finish your traditions and do it the honorable way."
The Orgrim calls him out on it.
Yeah, basically, Orgrim calls bullshit, and Blackhand's like, "Yeah, you know what? The bald guy's right." Gul'dan's like, fuck it, I don't have time for this shit, and he just starts actively soul-sucking and magicking and shit. And, the whole orc crowd starts fucking going, oh, he's a fucking he's a cheating bastard. No one steps in to do anything, they just kind of go, he's a cheating bastard, he has no honor, blah, blah, blah. Gul'dan's just like, fuck you people, I'm busy. And, he kind of sucks some of the soul out of Durotan, drops him to the ground, he's like, alright, fuck it, I'm done, I got shit to do. And he goes to walk off, and Durotan, kind of now looking a little emaciated, gets to his feet, and fucking calls Gul'dan a cocksucker or something. I'm paraphrasing heavily at this point, obviously.
Yeah.
And then, Gul'dan decides, fuck it, let's hug it out. Sad thing is, I'm not really paraphrasing there, because basically he just kind of runs up, catches Durotan in a bear hug, and sucks the entirety of his soul out. So yeah, he literally hugs it out of him. And then he goes back to, then after everyone's kind of doing their shit, we have not Blackhand, Doomhammer, trying to rally the crowd to turn against Gul'dan. A couple of them start to, and then Gul'dan just
actually pretty much the crowd as a whole pretty much goes fuck you.
Yeah,
and then Gul'dan picks like 3 at random who've turned their backs, and just sucks their ass. Drains their asses in a fucking hurry, which then gets everyone back in line of, oh shit, we don't want to die.
Yeah. So they're setting up for the whole,
and then he takes all that fell energy sucked out of those orcs and slaps the roid rage on Blackhand.
Yeah. Then he decides, okay, that's it, Blackhand. You're starting to lose your nerve. I'm gonna green you up whether you like it or not. And, yeah, so Blackhand gets all fucking fell-roided out, and at that point Gul'dan gets back to his shit and starts opening the Dark Portal. Humans come in, start trying to do what they can to deal with the shit. During all this shit, we have Khadgar and Lothar have gone back to Karazhan to deal with fucking Medivh, who's now fallen to the dark side. Who the fuck are you? Don't look at me. And, they have this kind of like dual battle climax thing going on, where you have the battle at the Dark Portal as they're trying to get there and close this shit, and we have the battle at Karazhan. King Lane is leading the forces at the Dark Portal battle, which automatically strikes me as a big what the fuck, because basically you have King Lane and Garona there, Khadgar and Lothar at Karazhan fighting Medivh. Medivh is gradually turning more demonic looking as the battle goes on. He killed his manservant, killed Morose. Poor bastard, should have had the blinders.
Yeah. He saw too much.
Yeah, he saw too much. And we had this whole thing. And this is now we're hitting the point where I'm starting having lots of small issues with the way the story ran. Because, as stated, we have our final battle of the movie not at Stormwind. It's at the Dark Portal. The Dark Portal gets opened for a while. Ass loads of orcs pour through. Before, on the other side of things, Khadgar and Lothar manage to beat Medivh, which causes the Dark Portal to close again. And then Medivh, now back to his senses, opens
as he's dying.
Yeah, as he's dying, crushed underneath
the golem
that he was making previously. Forgot to bring that up.
Yeah.
First time we see Medivh, he's not wearing a shirt. I think he's the only human character we see without a shirt. So that's odd. Let's go figure. The mage guy's the guy we get to see half naked.
Yeah.
He goes back to his senses, loses all the demon shit. I think it's kind of implied that the demon nonsense tried to take over Khadgar.
Yeah.
Because he fell into the fucking font of power, which was originally blue, and now it's all green and fell and evil. And Khadgar never got old manned.
Yeah.
That's what it's once again one of those little things, but it's a bitch I'm going to take, and this one I'm not going to let go. Khadgar is supposed to basically get cursed with basically being being trapped in an old man's body by Medivh. That does not happen. When Medivh got crushed, I was going, all right, cool. Mate. I was like, all right, I don't know what the fuck's happened. I saw Khadgar fall in the fucking evil fucking
the ooze.
Yeah, the evil magic, the evil magic green fuckery. I was like, oh, cool. He's gonna it's gonna corrupt him and kind of age him a bit as it's sucking his life out of him or something, right? Or no, that doesn't happen. He just recites some weird nonsense he got from not Agewin, and then
he just reaches deep inside himself and finds the power to overcome.
Finds that power that only plot important people have to say, fuck you, story, I win.
Yeah,
Ex Machina, the magical Ex Machina, the shit out of that.
He finds a power to overcome an energy source that by all accounts, whenever they talk about it in the movie, they say that it is uncontrollable.
Yeah, so that happens. So he never got old. He never got turned to an old man. It's a small complaint, but it's one I'm going to fucking hold on to.
Yeah.
And Medivh, as he's dying under the fucking golem, switches the incantation up and opens the dark portal to go straight to Stormwind. So seeing this, King Lane rallies his men and has them start freeing all the people and have them run through that motherfucker to get to safety.
Now, I'll be honest, when I saw the portal open up on Stormwind, I'm thinking, now we get the sacking of the city.
Yeah, I was kind of going, all right, cool. I was like, oh, wow, we're just skipping straight to city burning, aren't we? The orcs are going to fucking charge through that motherfucker.
Let the green tide flow.
But no, the humans stand their ground, hold shit off.
And this is the point where you see the most guns as they are setting up firing lines. Other guys are reloading guns and handing them off to other fuckers.
Where the fuck did all this shit come from? I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, how many dwarven dicks did they suck off camera to get all this armament?
No kidding. So last I recall, last time we'd seen dwarves, they'd quite soundly told the kingdom, "Fuck off! We're not fucking making shit for you anymore. You're a bunch of assholes."
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, it's... whatever. But, so we have all this happening, and, a lot of orcs decide to run around the portal, I guess figuring maybe we can attack it from the back. And I was going, alright, cool, maybe they can walk through the other side and still get... No, the back of the portal, while they can see through it and see people running into it, it's basically a fucking glass portal, a glass wall.
Glass wall. So
you're not getting through it. God, this is so exciting right now. Oh, yeah. See, this is why I'm not doing these. This is already people doing shit.
You're waiting for them to clear out.
Pretty much. It's fine. It makes it easier to think and talk. So it's still got shit going on screen. So, they're standing there and they're fucking holding off the orcs. Medivh dies. The portal starts to close with people still trapped. But now, of course, there's orcs on other sides. So basically, we have King Lane, Garona, and a bunch of other characters no one gives a shit about. you know, standing on the dark portal at that line of magic, line that should be the demarcation line of magical passage that is now gone.
Yeah.
And they're just sandwiched between orcs on both sides. So, did that fucking crab
just
just
attacking
bubbled my
yours.
boar? I saw that, you dirty son of a bitch. Anyways, sorry, off topic. So, we now have all this shit going on. Garona's standing right next to King Lane, who I will still say is probably the most boring and wooden character in the movie. Who also should not be anywhere near the battlefield, mind you. Like, they present... I mean, he's presented as a good, competent soldier, and I'm... Well, no, warrior, whatever. And I'm partially okay with that. There's also partially going, I don't know enough about King Lane to say if that's right or not, so... You know, so... But anyways, so we have all this shit, the orcs are closing in, and they make a big deal showing Blackhand just plowing his way through the human forces on a beeline straight for fucking King Lane. Pretty sure I saw Grom a couple times along the way too, just swinging Gorehal around, being a bit of a prick.
Yeah, and it's during this final bit is where you also see a lot of the more brutal human deaths.
Oh yeah, like fucking. Like, Blackhand, like, straight up picks up a motherfucker and pulps his head. We have a couple shots of, like, I don't remember if it was Blackhand or just general orcs, picking humans up and just, like, with just between, like, the fucking thumb and index, just snapping necks. I mean, it is...
Yeah.
Like, humans are outright getting fucking massacred by headshots here.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking gruesome, but at the same time, also, as someone that doesn't see shit like that in movies too often, pretty fucking awesome, also.
Yeah.
But King Lane sees fucking goddamn.
Well, technically, Garona points out Blackhand to Lane. Telling him that he's coming ready to kill the human chieftain.
He's coming to kill him. And.
It was amazing, was it? Arthas dies in it.
Sorry, losing thoughts. People in chat.
Yeah, Blackhand coming for that ass.
Yeah, and basically King Lane at that point is the one that looks at Garona and goes. Basically, he's
kill me now.
Yeah, he's going. All right, there's no reason for both of us to die. If you kill me, you'll earn everyone's respect because you killed the king of the human king, and that means you get to live. Now, the thing with that bothers me is, okay, so now we've officially taken the assassination of King Lane, which is always one of those kind of like somewhat important.
But yet a nebulous thing.
Somewhat important, but also kind of nebulous and vaguely described thing, and turn it less from a assassination into an assisted suicide of all things.
Yeah,
because like he pulls out this knife, which the Queen had given Garona a long while back, which she just kind of got, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah, that was funny. She hands the knife, and girl's like, "What's this for?" And the Queen
to
goes,
defend yourself, and she's like, with this?
Yeah, with this toothpick?
It's a fucking stiletto. It's a tiny little knife.
Yeah.
Now, the first time I saw that knife, I was going, that's the knife she's gonna fucking kill. She's gonna kill Lane with. Like, instantly, that's gotta be the knife she kills Lane with.
Oh, great! The Queen gave her the murder weapon.
Oh yeah, I actually loved the irony of that.
Yeah.
Now the fact that at this point, we have King Lane turns to her, pulls the dagger himself, and hands it to her, and goes, "Kill me." Like, and part of me's kind of going, all right, true. He knows at this moment he is dead already. Because no matter what, there's no way that he is going to kill every motherfucking orc that's hanging around here.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. People cleared out.
And especially not the monster that Blackhand has become.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has become a monster at that point.
So... Oh, that's weird. So, as he's turning now, because Garota's kind of conflicted on it, and he's like not sure if she really wants to do it or not. He turns to face Blackhand, and at that point she decides to step up. We get this kind of weird, I'd almost say kind of caress as she just kind of puts her hand around on his shoulder and around his neck before she then stabs the knife on the other side. It's just the whole thing was a little awkward, but
yeah, it was kind of a weirdly pseudo-sexual kind of embrace there.
Yeah, it just felt a little weird. Like that's the kind of thing it's the kind of thing I can imagine King Lay in the afterlife looking down at Garona going, "All right, I know I said to do it, but did you have to make it weird?"
I feel sullied and
So we have that. Glossed over at the end of the battle with Medivh, Khadgar jumps on a fucking griffin, which is just there.
Yeah, but I think it's his personal mount.
Probably
from the way that he pretty much always when he's not riding a horse, he's on this lion bird.
Yeah, and he took off to go to the battle to help his king. Now he arrives after all this shit's happened, and Garota's got to surf the people wave.
Yeah,
to surf the mosh pit to get dropped right in front of fucking Gul'dan as he's going, good, I knew you'd come back to us, blah blah blah.
Yeah. For an evil mastermind, goddamn, he's stupid.
Yeah, he is. All right, 2 seconds. Okay, so, anyways, yeah, like for Gul'dan being presented as this evil mastermind, it's all parts of it. You're really fucking dense, aren't you? But hey, who the fuck knows what the hell's going through his brain? He's an idiot.
Yeah, but anyway, back to Lothar.
Yeah, and so Lothar is flying in, and he arrives basically just as all this shit's finished out, and basically the battle's done. He comes flying in, slams into some motherfuckers with the fucking griffin, jumps off, kills a few orcs, and goes to pick up Lane. Immediately notices the very distinctive dagger sticking out of his fucking collarbone, and he then just loads the. You get shot. I think he looks across at Garona. You see him look like you dirty bitch.
Yeah.
Loads up the king's body onto the fucking
Griffin.
On the griffin and goes to take off. And at first, like, all right, cool, right? That's how this is going to work out. So we have Garona's assassinated the king, quote unquote. Everyone's still going to think that. And then
something grabs the griffin's hind leg and yanks and slams it back into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, they get treated to Lothar waking up, still alive, surrounded by the orcs. Blackhand's there. Blackhand calls Mak'gara.
Throws him a sword.
Yeah, throws, I think especially King Lane's sword.
Yeah.
And, they fight, if we can call it that, because mostly it's a case of Blackhand charges, Lothar baseball slides under his legs.
Emasculates his ass.
Yeah, cuts him front to back through the groin. He falls over dead. Gul'dan calls for everyone to step the fuck up and kill the human, which they're going, no, it's Mak'gara. He won honorably. We can't kill him. The nice seeing all the orcs fucking saluting Lothar as he walks over, picks up his king's body, loads up his griffin, and gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going, why the fuck did Gul'dan just not throw a shadow bolt at his ass and knock him out of the sky? Because let's be honest, like, okay, Lothar comes in, alright, cool. He looks like he's going to get out alive. Snatch, slam to the ground, cut to black. You're like, dead. He's fucking dead. But not the case. So we get to the end, we have him and Khadgar talking. He points out Garona's dagger and mentions how he found it in the king's neck. Khadgar doesn't believe that Garona assassinated the king. Lothar's very much, she's a dirty bitch and assassinated our king. So, like, it's one of those things like, alright, I can't argue this. The assassination of King Lane is always one of those things that's not been very. It's usually it's a fact, but it's a glossed over fact of the fucking lore.
The exact details have never been gotten into.
So this is a way to keep Garona as a positive character while still having her fulfill the role she needs to for the sake of lore and history.
Yeah.
Of course, I also going back to my obsession here. King Lane was supposed to be assassinated during the siege of Stormwind. It's one of those things that happens that helps that turns the battle of the Horde's favor. I think of it just because it caused additional chaos.
Yeah.
Because I think King Lane was technically, specifically organizing the defenders, And basically, when you cut the head off the beast, the rest of it dies. So we have an ending here where, all right, the orcs are still here. The dark portal is closed, which I'm assuming they're going to open if they're doing a sequel, and I'm pretty sure with how the movie's doing financially, it'll get a sequel.
Yeah.
If anything, the numbers it's pulling in China warrant that. I'm assuming the dark portal will get reopened at some point somehow. They'll probably gloss over it. We have an alliance already. Stormwind's not sacked, so I don't know where this is going at this point. Draka got killed. Sent baby Thrall down the river Moses style. Went down like a boss though, because after she put the baby in the water, she leapt at a motherfucker and ate his face before she died. So
and got stabbed in the chest with her own dagger.
But awesome as shit.
Yeah,
she ate that motherfucker's face, so that was awesome.
Do not cross orc women.
I'm a little disappointed in the fact that Durotan and Draka didn't die together. Which I'm sure some people is going to sound weird, because I'm basically saying I still wish they died. Because I go, no, they have to die, but I wanted them to die together. Like, fucking Durotan's holding off assassins, and
while Draka puts the
baby in the water, but then she comes back and help, and then they just get overwhelmed and die.
Yeah, the way it was originally written.
Yeah. Stormwind is not on fire, and I'm not gonna lie, that really, really gets me. I'm like,
that is the biggest complaint I think we both have, and I think a lot of old school Warcraft fans are gonna have is that Stormwind is not ablaze.
Because that's the thing. The city should be on fire. Like, I walked into this going, I want Empire Strikes Back. I want this movie to end with everything wrong. Like, we had this shit happen. Stormwind's on fire. Our two orc heroes are dead. Fucking the baby's gone, and we don't know what happened to it. I wanted everything wrong with this movie. But that didn't happen. It got a more, I'm going to say, traditional, like, it got a more, like, a Star Wars New Hope kind of ending of, okay, we've lost some things, some shit happened, but we're not done yet. There's still hope we can do this, with things looking like they'll get better in the future. And I'm like, I wanted, as weird as this sounds, I wanted what Cart would be probably considered by your average fucking moviegoer that knows jack all about Warcraft to be a downer ending where the humans fucking lost. Yeah. Because that's one of the things I loved about Warcraft as a story, is that it's a fucking curveball for that, because like traditional knowledge of storytelling says evil monster people lose, humans are going to win. I love the fact that that Warcraft first game out the gate basically went, no, that's not what happened. Humans fucking lost. Orcs are big and scary, and there's a lot of them.
They're bigger, they're tougher, they're meaner.
And it took some Independence Day. We got to get past our differences, pull the fuck together, and stop being a bunch of fucking jackasses to beat the Horde. I like that storytelling. Winning through sacrifice, or possibly just losing despite the best effort you put forth, because you just there's just no way you could win. And
yeah, it just didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Instead, the alliance is formed just because the king died. When the alliance should have been formed because all the other
kingdom
nations
was burned.
Yeah, because all the other nations like, we ain't got to help you with shit. Then they find out a week later, oh, wait, you mean everything's gone?
Yeah, because that's the thing. The destruction of Stormwind was supposed to galvanize the alliance into forming, is because the realization of one kingdom can't handle this threat.
United we stand, divided we fall kind of stuff.
Yeah, because unfortunately, what happened here, I don't see the reason for the alliance being formed right now, just on the basis of, oh, King Lane died. Well, you know what? The king shouldn't have been on the fucking battlefield to start with.
Yeah, it's a heroic thing, but let's be perfectly honest, very rarely does that ever actually happen.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, how often do you think a king or a leader of his people should be taking the battlefield and be the one winning the day? It doesn't occur. At least not unless we're talking specifically about some kind of warrior society. But that's it. It's just dumb little things that aggravate me. But all in all, I will say, it was a good movie. Very entertaining. It had some slow moments that, I'm pretty sure someone that doesn't give a shit about these weird characters with odd names and weird motivations would not care about. But I know who everybody is. even the slow scenes, I get to go, all right, cool, let's see how this person's portrayed compared to they are in the games or the novels or the comics. You know, the various other forms of media that make up this franchise. You know, and I get to sit back and kind of do things. Oh, small thing. I thought Varian Wren was a little girl.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they get one shot where when King Lane's heading off to that final battle, where he's saying goodbye to his wife and daughter and his son, and I thought his son was another daughter. Because I'm kind of going, where's Varian?
Yeah,
that can't be Varian.
Okay,
that's a little girl.
I see two girls. Where's the boy? And oh, the little one is the boy.
I mean, I know little kids can look very androgynous, but I'm like that looked like a little girl.
Yeah, it did. You a little chubby cheeked little girl with long hair.
Yeah.
But speaking of kids, Baby Goel, aka Thrall.
Oh right, yeah, we haven't talked about this.
Oh god,
kid's cute.
Oh, this is one of the few times where I would go, that is the most adorable baby I have ever freaking seen.
And go figure, it has to be green.
Yeah, it has to be green. But one of the things about baby Thrall that I find so adorable is because orcs are well. Well, I believe as you put it best in the car and then the car home. You know, they're like cats. You know, 5 minutes out of the womb and they're ready to start some shit.
Yeah,
because he likes to growl at authority figures, and it's so adorable.
Yeah, because we get like 2 or 3 scenes where like they're focusing a little bit on the baby.
Yeah,
you know, one where basically Draka looks at Durante and go, "Will you hold your son?" He's like, "Oh yeah, sure."
Yeah, take the kid, goddammit.
Yeah, and he holds him up and he looks at him. And Thrall's sitting there, he's being a cute, giggly baby. Then he gets a real good look at his dad, and then just goes, and just fucking growls at him. And I love that because, like, we were a lot of people in the theater with us because we saw the 3D version, and people don't seem to like 3D. I was curious, and honestly, 3D's, I would recommend it. I don't think it's going to make a big difference, though.
The 3D for this one was actually it wasn't bad.
It was good 3D, but I'm not going to say it's going to make a massive difference. It actually really helps a lot of the magic effects. They like to use it there.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it just like, I heard every time, you want to walking into theaters to clean them, because as stated earlier, I work in a movie theater. We went to the theater I work at. Hear little baby Thrall growl, the fucking audience just chuckles and laughs at that. It's like, it's a little thing where you can't help but go, that's fucking amazing. I love that. Cute little bastard. There is no post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
I probably should have said that toward the beginning, well past the well before the spoiler point. Because, you know, what I feel, this is a complaint I have in regards to, you know, structuring of the movie. I feel that would have been better off, because, like, Draka dies and they're all being put in the water before the climax of the movie even starts. Like, that's arguably, that's what starts the whole climax, the third act. You know, Thrall gets before she dies, then we shoot to Duratan fighting Gul'dan and Khadgar and then Khadgar and Lothar going against Medivh, and then the King Lane fighting the orcs, and then Medivh dying, and then humans escaping, and then King Lane assassinated in quotes. You know, and then Khadgar shows up and kills what should have been fucking Orgrim's future kill.
You mean Lothar?
Yeah, Lothar. I said Khadgar, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Why do I always say that? Lothar is a kill-stealing fucktard. There, I said it. Blackhand's supposed to get doom-hammered.
Yeah.
But anyways, the very end of the movie, after all the shit's done, and we have the alliance that should not be already forming. You know, before the credits start, we get a shot of Baby Goel going down the river. With
enjoying the ride.
Yeah, enjoying the ride with a voiceover of Duratan, you know, I guess his ghost talking to his son. You know, and eventually runs up on shore. We get to hear a guy go, "My lord, you must see this." As a guy runs up and apparently picks up the baby, and he holds it up. And once again, oh, it's cute baby, cute baby, cute baby, growls at him, movie cuts off. Now, that scene's fine, and I feel that scene should be in the movie, because that's great. I just feel it actually would have been better served as a mid-credit sequence.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, the kind of thing where, like, at that point, like, already at this point, where that happened 30 minutes ago, so we've probably forgotten about it already. But, you know, go through like the visual credit sequence that all movies seem to have nowadays, where you have fucking magic energy and shit flying around and all the fucking various colors. And between that and the actual credits, credit crawl, you know, have the scene with the baby going down the river, Duratan's spirit talking to it, I guess, with that. And I feel what actually would have been better, more so, although I have no reason why I wouldn't have done this because I probably haven't even cast a role yet, is if they have the child picked up, but the end the thing with a shot, it doesn't even have to be the full fucking face, just the lower half of Blackmore's face smiling as the beginning of the thought enters his brain of what to do with this child.
Yeah.
Just put that look, because that would add a nice little sinister bit on it, and people that don't know jack about Warcraft probably would have been fucking sold on, like, okay, I need to see a sequel now. What's going on with the baby?
Yeah. Which, unfortunately, technically, if it follows
If we
the story,
do it a
we're not going to
sequel-
find out what happens to the baby until our fourth movie.
Yeah,
Well, at least
a third
movie.
anyway.
Third at least.
You know.
A third or fourth. At least a third, maybe a fourth.
Yeah, but I
Depending on how
felt
they
that
roll
would have been a
things out.
better way to structure that.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, that's a very minor complaint to various other things.
So I'm pretty sure there'll still be plenty of people who don't know a lot about Warcraft lore that's going to go. What
happens
about
to
the
the
baby?
But I think it would have ended better with a more of a... Like I said, you get like Blackmore with the fucking... You know, the guy with the fucking beard and goatee just looks a little sinister. Just the teeth, just a grin set across his face.
Yeah.
You just go, there's something wrong with that. That man's shady. I don't like him. What's he going to do to the baby?
Yeah.
You know, but that's it, everybody. We've been here for, I think an hour.
Yeah.
But that's a 2-hour movie, and I love Warcraft. And I might do this more often with some other movies. Side note, since we're talking about movies anyway, Turtles 2 is fun. I'd recommend it, and that's coming from someone that did not like the first Michael Bay Turtles movie. X-Men was okay. If people like this, I might do more. If they want, I could try to actually structure this more reasonably. This is a case of I got home, I loaded up Warcraft so I could have something to show, have something visually going on while we're talking about it.
Something relevant to what we're speaking about.
Yeah, and just jumped into it. Because I'm trying to get this keep this while it's really fresh in my mind. Because I've been planning to do this since the movie came out and I wanted to do it. Because I'm like, fuck it, you know. I have a YouTube channel. I have a couple people following me subscribe to me right now. I think 2 people that I don't actually know in real life because I'm sad. But fuck it. I love Warcraft too much not to actually sit down and really try to talk about this and talk about my thoughts on this movie. So, I'm Chris, Xarden22.
I'm Alan.
And I hope you've enjoyed our rambling for however the fuck long this has been going. Have a nice night and go see Warcraft. I swear to God, please. It's a good movie.
It is definitely worth it. Like and subscribe.
Bye.